And then we have also had the fellowship update call with people who are doing the fellowship, doing all kinds of research in different elements on Kleros. I don't know, Abir, maybe you want to comment something about that?
Hey guys, sorry I'm having a connectivity issues right now.
I feel you.
Oh, yeah.
Fellowship.
Emilia, go ahead.
Hi everyone. Our sixth is approaching to an end. We just had a call last week, and we had research, and really amazing to see people so interested and dedicated, and the level of the research that they're doing is quite amazing. So next month is going to be our last call where our fellows will do their final work, and this is something that would be perhaps like this is the first fellowship I'm participating, and I'm very very I think this time we have so many different diverse topics. Some of them more focus on legal theory and philosophy. Some of them focus more on computer science. So I'm personally quite excited to see the final reports. I know, but I'll be able to publish them openly once they're reviewed and done and final.
Thank you, Jamila. Okay, so we have that. Well, I mentioned already last week about Humanity V2, also that is already developed. And then ongoing work on different products like Linguo. There was a bug, but now it's fixed. And then we have Curate. We are rethinking some parts of the app. And then like ongoing development work being conducted all of our different, apps. And I think that's it for this week. I don't know if you have any question, guys.
I believe that there is another event in Paris, in the Paris Arbitration Week. That maybe.
Oh,
I don't know
I
if we
forgot to
mentioned.
mention. Yeah, so this is going to be on the I think March 30. This is so. Paris Arbitration Week is arbitration in Paris. I mean, Paris is the world capital of arbitration. That's where the International Chamber of Commerce is, and this is maybe I'd say the most important arbitration event in the world, probably, or not far from that. And yeah, I'm going to be participating at one panel in this event, so that's super cool. By March 30, I will confirm this exactly on Telegram, but yeah, so excited about that as well. London disagrees. Well, let them argue with Paris, Okay, both are very important for arbitration.
Lots of events in Paris about legal tech and arbitration. And another thing is that Kleros was mentioned in. There was an article about Kleros in La Nación, which is like a huge, probably the largest newspaper in Latin America. Right? I don't know how that happened. Did they reach out to you, Federico?
Yeah, I mean, newspapers are typically looking for content, and some of them are looking for innovation and startups, and so it's been around for some time now, and they contacted me and we did an interview, and they produced that beautiful, report on Kleros, and it was I got people coming from lots of places. I mean, because this is a super high, exposure place. So yeah, that was cool, and it's a nice article. It was very nice. So if you haven't read it, I mean, learn Spanish, and you can read it. You can share the link on the on the Telegram.
Or just have the article
Run the
translated
team.
on lingual, and then you can read it.
Or have it translated on lingual. That's even better because even better. To different languages, So yeah.
Yeah.
So guys, it begins. What can I tell you?
I believe that here in Argentina, at least I see a lot of interest in crypto from lawyers. I don't know if that happens in other places as well. And to be honest, I'm not really sure why, but it's
I can tell you why.
great.
I can tell you why. It's very easy to know why, because nothing works. The currency doesn't work. 100% inflation. Bad governance, corruption. Of course, this is the world capital of crypto, right? That's what I always say. So that's the reason why.
Yeah, and I know that some lawyers end up learning about Claros because of the courses, the Udemy courses. But about that, also Juan mentioned that there's a court ready for trial, for tests, disputes. I don't know if Juan can talk about that. But, there's.
Go ahead, Juan.
Hey there, guys. Yeah, we have a demo course where you can experience, let's say, the whole Claire's journey as a juror. So
Very
you
bad.
can stake in the courts, submit
Very,
evidence,
very bad.
and
This
be
is
juror
awful.
without needing to have a financial
Really not
commitment.
good.
So the idea was built for different universities. We have some demo in China with a participant of the last fellowship. Now we're doing something for some PhD students in Italy. And we are talking with other people interested. So if anyone knows any academic institution or even for a private workshop where you want to experience and see how it works, you can just DM me and we can take a look into it.
Yeah, so if you want Claros at the university and people to teach that, and so you have to understand how Claros works, so please get in touch because we are starting to do this pilot that we only did for a few places now, and we want to expand this everywhere we can. And who knows, maybe in the long run, it's going to be mandatory to learn about Claros in high school before graduating. That's one of the requirements. Or elementary school. Why not?
Also.
So another thing is that Shotaro is in Denver.
Shotaro.
Hey guys, I'm walking to and from events. It's quite cold here in Denver. Been here since yesterday. There's a few a few events focused on Web3 social media. So, there's many different protocols and projects who are trying to solve the problem about, decentralized data storage, like where is the data about some social media content actually stored, and how do you retrieve it in a decentralized manner? And basically, no one has completely solved the problem. Everyone has a different approach. So today there is Nathan Schneider, this professor from University of Colorado Boulder, will give a talk about the Fediverse, so federated social media platforms like Mastodon, and there's a few different protocols having a presence, like Farcaster is another decentralized social media project, which is sort of aligned with the Ethereum ecosystem. And where does Claros play a role here? Trying to solve the moderation problem. That if and when any Web3 social media platform is really popular and gains popularity, then you will have a moderation problem. So the question is which protocol or platform will gain traction. And then tomorrow there's a Shelling Point event where Balaji Srinivasan, this tech entrepreneur and author of the network state will be speaking. There will be some workshops on constitution building, which can be relevant for any DAO that's integrating the Claros governor. So, for example, Proof of Humanity. There's a lot of activity going on. So I'll give you guys an update next week after all of these events and let you know the outcome.
Nice. If you are going to see Nathan Schneider, so say hi for him. So this is one of the persons I interviewed for the podcast. I mean, his interview is coming maybe next week or the other. I don't know. I mean, you will know better, but he's one of the.
It's not comfortable.
The recordings already have. So he has researched Claros a lot. Not always from a very favorable perspective, and he wrote that article on hyper-specialization of dispute resolution and cryptoeconomics and the limitations, to which Vitalik answered, and of course William answered as well. But he's a great guy and he's a super good researcher, and so. And I'm actually going to see him at Harvard, the DAO conference. I'm attending early April, so yeah, I'm going to see him there at the school.
Great. I'll try to get a few words with him.
Cool. I guess that's it. I don't know. Any question, guys?
Yeah, I have to take a question from Michael Rigby. He asked me when marketing for VIA, and what we are still figuring it out how to market it, but we'll be putting out the communications this week, and we are reaching some of partners that are some thought leaders on bridges. There will be spaces probably in 3 or 4 weeks that we are scheduling, and also we are joining some group discussions. So you will see something more about VIA soon, but we are also finishing the FAQ and the documentation, and we will do an update on the site. So there is still a bit to do before promoting VIA in full capacity.
Yeah, also,
and
VIA,
sure.
Marketing for VIA, I mean, it's not that the kind of marketing you would put the name of VIA to name a stadium. It's like a super specialized, type of app that is going to be targeted at, not a great number of people. So we're seeing how to actually go about this. But this is something that for us is a priority because bridges are going to be a big thing, and we think VIA is going to fulfill a very big, part of this space. Shotaro, what you wanted to say?
So I am putting a bit more developer resources into VEA, and JB and I want to get deploy the bridge on testnet soon, so people can play with it. So maybe in a month's time, VEA will be live on testnet. People can play with it, but again, right, it's a little bit specialized. Like people who want to integrate with VEA, well, they're other dApp developers. Most end users of dApps might not be very interested in how a cross-chain dApp is working, but the dApp developer will be interested in using VEA. So, Claros is one user, and
we have a lot of great.
Could be, even some token swapping. Dapps built on top.
Crazy
VEA
stuff.
is a primitive that hopefully other
hyper
developers will build on top of.
From my point of view, we should also time to time think about innovating, but simplifying things.
Well, guys, I guess that's it.
Thanks, Federico.
I guess you can claim your POAP, and see you next week.
Who's here for pops?
See you guys. Bye, everybody.
See you, everyone.
See you later.
Bye.
Do we need a break or anyone to watch later lives?
But we miss long-term vision. Georges, how through what you
Can
do,
you sit down,
how do you engage people to escape this, and
Oops. Galleries. Advanced. Guys, not nice. Takes too much energy. Just do it in pages if you have to. I'm not gonna wait for your. No, there's no way. Don't waste my time on $100 NFTs viewership, please. Just don't.
In the metaverse, I could be in Barbados or I could be anywhere in the world. So the opportunity.
You're not really in the metaverse in the Barbados. Like you're in probably a network state of a kind. You know what I mean?
It is global only to the people that actually have the knowledge and being able the opportunity to understand how it works and participate. So I don't want to take too much of the time, but I will say is this. The beauty of this opportunity in time is just putting back in I'm going to date myself.
Yep. Date yourself.
I was a co-founder of an internet startup in 1998. We raised $147 million, and from a team of 5, we did this huge thing. But back then, we needed all these servers. We had to get the money because we needed servers. We needed people. It was just terrible to be able to do that. Nowadays, I could actually do the whole thing using smart contracts, actually program everything, adapt from Merida or wherever in the world. The opportunity truly can be global. And this Web3 opportunity can come true if enough of us actually join together. That's why I love your mission of Web3 Stronger Together. We have to make sure that everybody has access to this opportunity because it truly is a global opportunity. And it's not just about the finances. Yes, the money is there. But the truth is, we can truly make the world a better place.
Yeah, thank you. I can just agree. Carol, what can we do concretely to educate people, to help them not only to consider this business opportunity, but the real and concrete change we can bring one more time for each one, everyone, and everywhere.
Yeah, it's very important to educate. I mean, you were talking about accessibility as well before, Laurent, and I was thinking about the Solana smartphone that was talked about last year, because Web3 is very difficult to access. You need a wallet, you have many wallets, it's not easy to get access. And I remember Solana was like working on it last year, and they wanted to start democratization of access. And even with a smartphone that can go on Web3 very easily, that would be a big change. And you could also imagine a lot of educational features about that. And I know people who are mobile first today. It's been many, many years now that the world is mobile first. So yeah, thinking in that direction of mobile first, either on Solana blockchain or maybe more mainstream blockchain like Ethereum would be a good start.
Frédéric?
Yeah, maybe a couple of things. Question quite tough, but I think first is to avoid greed in the team itself, because if you're running the project for a quick grab of money, that's what you will do. And maybe so change point of view on this, and this leads to change how you get money from investors. Because, of course, where you got a VC, you got this pressure. Okay, you can turn to individual investors, but depending on how you do things, you can have a horde of people in your Discord just or on your Telegram group just asking you to pump the token. Okay, so try to find alternative way and let's say less aggressive tokenomics and just target the long run and not a quick grab. So this is how you get money for the investment. And
go on. Sorry.
Yeah, and the last point is where does the value come from? Okay, we can do things for good. Okay, there's so many things that are possible with Web3. Okay, so we can take money from the last people who come in the project. Okay, so this is Ponzi, and there's quite a lot of projects that have done that. But we got many other ways to generate value and to share value, and we should at first focus on, okay, where the money come from? Do I selling something that people are happy to pay because it's entertainment, because it's a video game, or maybe people will be happy to sponsor that because they will help my audience to learn something, and it's their objective, so it can be institutional or private sponsorship. Or maybe also some other way to get value from data and having your community dealing with data and producing data set and then get value from that. So yeah, where does the value come from? Just keep this question in mind when starting a project and building your strategy.
I would like to come back to what Carol said. To attend to in real life a crypto event, it's really expensive. I will give you the example of Paris Blockchain Week that will be in a few weeks. The minimum price, it's approx 1,000 euro. How can we talk about inclusivity? How can we talk about mass adoption? The Solana Fund, it's the same. Who can buy this such tool to have a more user-friendly onboarding process when it's so expensive? And my main concern is how we talk openly about this issue, because it's kind of schizophrenic speech. We constantly talk about onboarding the next 1 billion users, and in the same time we produce restrictive and exclusive way to get access. And for me, I still have no clear answer. We try through Web3 Stronger Together to bring something different. We experiment. Have you any ideas, guys? How could we solve this equation, escape this schizophrenia? Cheryl.
I'm so tickled because I've had a similar conversation at a forum last week about affordability, right? I think some of us shake at that word. It's back to that digital elitism. There is a problem. We live in a world where it is unbalanced. And we'll always have the tiers, we'll always have this, but the gap is widening and we see it happening in real time as we speak. And so we say affordability. I have students who are doing amazing work, right? And right now we don't actually have a library at our college, one of the best historical Black colleges and universities in the country. And over 70% of our students had a 3.0 average or higher, right? We're in the middle of, we got our accreditation back. We lost over 40 acres of land. The president of our college is one of the top presidents of the university, but it was about getting it back. How does this correlate? Affordability, right? We have affordable tuition, but the average student can't afford to make this type of purchase, but they're bright minds. So I think we have to look at it holistically. How do we level the playing field? I think it's a real conversation that a lot of people don't want to engage in because it's intentional. I think Web3 presents a platform and a room of thinkers who want to have this conversation so that we can create pathways. It's going to take the finance industry, it's going to take technologists, it's going to take creators to really say, how do we do this? Is it subsidy? Is it really a ranking order? I mean, I think it makes some people uncomfortable because it brings us back to liberation. And that is a conversation that a lot of people don't want to have, but it is necessary. I mean, some people just can't afford it. And the irony is, I think a lot of those who can't afford it are the ones who, if they had the opportunity, would do right with it. So it needs to be a plan, a strategic conversation, and it shouldn't be left off the table.
Yeah. You know, I think I'm one of the rare speaker on stage. I'm regularly invited to attend to a crypto Web3 event as a speaker. And I often say, guys, we are just doing a copy-paste panel discussion from the previous event. It's always the same face. We talk about, one more time, inclusivity, diversity, but it's always the same people you meet because the cost is a real barrier. And it's also our industry, let's say, validates this way of doing. I mean, accepting that I receive a few invitations to talk each week, and I say, why not? And then you receive a pitch deck with the sponsor package. Okay. When I have decided with my team to organize this virtual summit, I say, we invite speaker. We invite. And when I invite someone at home to have a dinner, I don't give you the bill at the end of the dinner. You know, I invite you. So what does it mean? When it's paid speaking slots, when it's you reduce the scope, you reduce the brainstorming scope, and you reproduce constantly the same vision, the same talk. And I think it's also up to us to be more proactive in this domain and saying, guys, stop. It's like greenwashing, you know, inclusivity and equality, greenwashing, you know. It's the same for me, and the reason why I want to tell you again, thank you for joining. For me, it's really important when I have a look to our website, the speaker page, and I see all these different people coming from all around the world. This is Web3 for me, and we should stop deifying some influencers, some well-known people, leaders, and trying to be the same. I think it's useless. I mean, in blockchain Web3, because in the Satoshi Nakamoto white paper, there is just few words, peer-to-peer. And when I read peer-to-peer, I read 1 = 1. Yep. I put a piece of code between, and I'm sure that it will be 1 = 1. Yep. And for me, it's the main promise. Okay, there is a financial opportunity, there is a technical innovation, right? But I think, and when we have a look all around what we are all facing, all drama around, I think it's time also to try to bring and experiment new business model and more less oriented on the token price or stock exchange price, but more bring value not only for us, but for the next generation, not my daughter, but the child of my daughter. And it's personally what I want, what I want to bring. How can we better spread this kind of vision, guys? Have you any ideas? What should we all do together? What kind of action, decision could we take? What can we do concretely to try to also bring and spread better spread this vision? I'm curious to have your thought on it. Carol, you have something maybe to share with us?
Yes. Yeah, I wanted to, like accessibility. I think it's a question of money, as you said, because events are really expensive. But sometimes you can even have events that are free. Like I went to the Binance Blockchain Summit last year, and it wasn't free, but I got a free ticket. And then I was in San Francisco at the NFT conference last year as well in November. It was free, and then I went to the Neo Tokyo because I'm a Neo Tokyo token holder, NFT holder. And even when it's free, people who come to those events are very much the same kind of people, often like white young guys who want to make money and who already have money. So just for that, I just wanted to say that like it's not only like a barrier of like accessibility in terms of can I afford it, but also am I interested in it? Do I understand it? There's someone in the comments that said their the teachers of their daughter don't know anything about Web3 or crypto. To me, it's very complicated to understand the value, to understand Web3, crypto, NFTs. Now we talk about AI and ChatGPT. That's really in front of the news, and it's the new thing, and we can mix the two, crypto, ChatGPT, whatever, Bing. So just, yeah, I think it's a very big problem. And I think, as I said at the beginning, it's mostly motivated by greed today. And it would be like amazing to be able to get out of that and to really see like the potential of education, the potential for like new businesses, the fact that, of course, Web3 it's horizontal and no one can decide for us. And it's a very powerful technology that's being slowly driven and built by the same kind of people that we see everywhere. Yeah, so I don't really have a solution right now. I just want to share my thoughts about that. Yeah.
But thinking about it and talking about it, it's already trying to
yes.
to improve. Georges, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, just really briefly. So, just a little bit of background. I used to be the vice president for World Business Forum. We used to put big events like you're talking about, big budget events. We charge $2,000 per head, 5,000 attendees. That's $10 million for a 2-day event. People can't afford that. The speaker selections were actually people that got paid a lot of money. You have to pay to play, like you said, right? But the key point is like where I find the beauty of this. Like I mentioned that I started in the internet. For example, the platform Eveland. Eveland brings the opportunity to have a big event anywhere you are, whether I'm in Merida, or whether I'm in Florida, whether I'm in Argentina, wherever we are, we can bring the event to others. That, I think, is the big opportunity. And that's where I think we lie. We have the chance to be able to bring all of this to people who may not be able to get on a plane, who may not be able to get a hotel room. So it's a huge opportunity for us to be able to just truly touch the entire world through these technologies. That's why I'm excited.
Kind of dynamics.
Thank you,
Look
John.
at us, we can talk online.
Guys, the reason why we plan to organize a summit, virtual summit, each quarter with Eveland. Guys, the time is running fast.